Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to tell you all today a little bit about me and my history and why I'm creating this flexibility channel for you guys. So, as a kid, I always was into dance, ballet, tap, jazz. I was a real musical theater child. When I got into my early 20s, I moved to Los Angeles, California. And from there, I was a dance major at Santa Monica College. And all of a sudden, when I was about 22, 23, I started to feel a tremendous amount of pain going down my low back sacrum area. The pain came and went. I went to a bunch of different doctors. No one could really tell me what it was. And finally, after experiencing it on and off for over 2 years, it just went away. I booked a national tour and ended up dancing for 2 years with Sesame Street Live across the country and around the world. I was supposed to go out again on tour, but the pain came back, this time big time. So much so that there were some nights I will wake up in the middle of the night and I couldn't move without excruciating pain. It felt like someone was stabbing me in the butt. From there, I started to go to all the doctors. I got multiple MRIs and x-rays, and the consensus came down to this. I had something called sacroiliitis, and two separate doctors told me I would never be able to dance again and that I would have to live on medication for the rest of my life. I did not want to do that. I felt like there must be another way since the pain would leave sometimes for extended periods of time. I felt like there must be a way for me to live pain free. So I started researching anti inflammatory lifestyles. And from there, I discovered anti inflammatory diet, low in sugar, low in processed foods, etc., etc. And I can do a whole other video on that sometime. But for now, I started to eat like that, and that totally helped alleviate the pain, but not 100%. I was starting to miss dancing at around this time. So I just decided to try an aerial class at Body and Pole in New York City. I was really bad at it. I had no upper body strength and it was just very hard for me, but I kind of fell in love with the way it made my body feel. And so I kept going back, kept going back. I would go once a week, maybe twice a week. I didn't really improve, but I just liked going. In 2017, after a friend started up going full time, I took my training to the next level and signed up for the Body and Pole Unlimited class membership. It was super expensive, so I felt like I really had to milk it for all it was worth. I quit my gym membership and started taking 2 to 3 aerial classes a day. Because flexibility was one of the offerings at Body and Pole, I started taking flexibility classes. Now, when I went in, I was like, oh, I'm flexible. I took dance when I was younger. I have a crappy split on one side. And it wasn't until I took flexibility that I realized I was not flexible at all. I have very loose hamstrings from all the forward folding I did as a dancer, but otherwise I had almost no back bend and very limited hip mobility, and my quads were super tight, and yeah, it was just a mess. And I became passionate about training all of that stuff. And when I started to see differences in my flexibility, because up until then, I also believed that you kind of had to be born flexible to some extent. And being born flexible, let's face it, you guys, that helps a lot. But even if you were born with no special gifts for flexibility, like me, you can really build up moves in your body. And I think you can become a contortionist. I really do. I believe that from the changes I've seen in my body, and I believe that from watching other people's progress as well. So I was so into this that I would turn to YouTube for training at home when I couldn't get to the studio. And the only flexibility videos that I found that were really meant for contortionists were children's videos. And don't get me wrong, they're great. Livia Andrea was one of the first ones I really started following, and I loved her videos. But when you get to be older, you have pre-existing injuries as an adult. Your body is tighter, especially if you've never really trained your flexibility before. So a lot of these videos done by younger people just get into these deep moves right away. And I'm watching it and thinking, child, I need another hour and a half for my body to want to be able to do this. So that's why I'm creating this channel. I want to bring follow along videos, tips and tricks, and other advice and pointers that have helped me transform my body from A to B that is more specific for an older body. I didn't start training until I was in my late 30s, and I'm now 43. So let's all become contortionists together, no matter what your background is, no matter how you were born, what natural gifts you were born with. Let's achieve our flexibility dreams. So yeah, I hope you'll hit the subscribe button. And if you like this video, it will really support me. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.